Hello, YouTube, and welcome back to Brewing with Magic. Well, Rogues are back, baby. Maybe not quite as strong, but definitely just as fun. But before we get into today's deck, if you wouldn't mind doing me a favor and hitting that subscribe button, it really helps support me, the channel, and get us out to a much bigger audience. Also, hit that notification bell so that you know whenever we have new content come out. So what do we have for you today? Dimir Rogues. Like I said, the last version of Rogues, last format before the rotation, I thought was a little bit oppressive. It was not fun to play against. It was a little bit boring to play. This is different. I think your opponent's not going to be having a horrible game experience while you're also having a fun time. So I think this is a really good place for Rogues to be right now. Probably only tier 2.5. Maybe 2 if it's lucky, but let's get into it. So we have our removal package first. We have 2 copies of Bloodchief Thirst, 2 copies of Flunk, and 2 copies of Infernal Grasp. And then we're going to go into our counter spells. We have 4 Malevolent Hermits. I definitely put this here on purpose because it kind of is a counter spell in the deck that just happens to also be a creature for you, and then late game makes it to where your stuff can't be countered. But we do have 4 copies of that. 2 copies of Negate. The original version of this deck I saw that I modified a little bit did have Disdainful Stroke here, so you could put that in instead. So Negate pretty much only misses Goldspan Dragon. That's super important in the meta right now. Other than that, Negate hits everything important, all the Planeswalkers, the Chariots, all that stuff, but it also can counterspell things that cost 3 or less. So I kind of like Negate better in the spot at the moment. 4 copies of Saw It Coming, and then we have our draw cards. We have 3 Behold the Multiverses, and 1 Memory Deluge. Depending on how things end up going with the deck, I might switch some of these around, but at the moment, this is what we're looking at. And then we have, of course, our Rogues, because we're playing a Rogue deck. We have 4 copies of Merfolk Windrobber, 4 copies of Soaring Thought Thief, 4 copies of Nighthawk Scavenger. I love being able to put this in a deck. It is such a fun card, and it doesn't get enough play. And then lastly, 4 copies of Zareth San the Trickster. Now, this is a legendary creature. Normally, I don't like 4 legendaries in a deck. I only like 3. But certain cards, like, you know, Azorius Chariot, this card here, the Trickster, certain legendaries, your opponent are going to be just trying to get rid of as fast as they can, so it doesn't hurt to have more. Plus, you can have more, like with the Chariot, having the second one, when there's already one on the field and you play it, you get, you know, some benefits. Same thing with Trickster. You can attack with the Trickster, and then you can return an attacking rogue you control to its owner's hand. It's a rogue, so you can attack with the Trickster, you can return it, put the other Trickster, and they can kind of like go back and forth. That doesn't really make sense per se. My point is there are things that you can do with the card, and 4 isn't bad. Then we have our land package. We have 1 Hall of the Storm Giants, 7 Islands, 2 Hive of the Eye Tyrants, 6 Swamps, 4 Clearwater Pathways / Murkwater Pathways, the black-blue ones, and 4 of the new black-blue dual lands. And I have won a lot of games with this deck off the back of these creature lands. Your opponent don't remember they're there because they're dealing with all this other stuff. So make sure you're definitely paying attention when you can attack with those, especially this one with Menace. And it plays like a rogue deck. You want to get rogues down, and you want to stop your opponent from doing stuff. And then you want to refill your hand. It plays pretty much the exact same way, but we are, you know, using a couple of different rogues than normal. One of them is just an amazing in the air Tarmogoyf, if you will, and then the other one is stealing your opponent's stuff, and you're going to win games with their cards. It is an absolute blast. You'll see that in the gameplay. Make sure you stick around for the summary at the end, and without further ado, let's go ahead now and get into some gameplay. Tree Cloud. I don't know why, but I like it a lot. When we go first, we have all the lands, Merfolk Windrobber, Flunk, and Nighthawk Scavenger. So we're going to keep even though we're 4 lands deep, and we can lead off on a Merfolk Windrobber into a Flunk, kind of. They have a pretty full hand, and then we have a Nighthawk Scavenger, depending on what our opponent is up to. So black is our next play, or swamp. Ooh, okay. Well, now we're... I mean, I'm not even going to wait. Why wait? I mean, yes, now they can portable hole this instead of this. So there was a reason to wait. But, I mean, that was just so much value there. There's a Clarion Spirit. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I cannot flunk it yet. Let's go ahead and get this out here. I guess I'll put out the Nighthawk Scavenger. Let them have 1 trigger on that. Let's go ahead and swing in for 2. Mill them for 3 total. There we go. I'm surprised they're running this. Thank you. So they'll probably be able to double spell here and get themselves a little creature in the air. No, they just went that route. Okay, flying other spirits, you can still get +1/+1. So that's a 3/3 coming in. No blocks. Why block it? With this can't kill this. So what do we got here? What do we got here? We'll put the land out. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. I think I hold up on the flunk. 6 cards in their graveyard. 6. They're going to go to 8 immediately. So let's go ahead and swing in with everything. Fires this up. Makes that a 2/1. If they block, I'm going to let them do it. I don't want to draw. I have the Memory Deluge. We've got a lot of board presence here. Okay, there we go. Fill them again. And so we can now draw a card with that. We're just ending the turn. I mean, we've got pretty much what you want out of a rogue deck. A 1, 2, 3 removal. A 1-drop, 2-drop, 3-drop removal, counterspell, and draw. We're living the dream. We're living the dream. Hideous Laughter does not really bother us. I mean, we win either way, right? So I don't see why I would negate that. Yeah, there's no reason to negate that. We just let them have us. That was a lot of cards. 19 cards. That's how little our deck is. Now if they have a bounce spell, we still win. Okay, pass, pass. I don't care about that. Go ahead and flunk the Geist now. And that's game over. Good game. Boom. Rogues! Brilliant. Hello, opponent. Well, we go first. We got 3 lands. We have a Negate, Behold, Bloodchief Thirst, and a Flunk. Nothing to really kill them with, but we do have stuff that we can do. We're going to go ahead and hold on to this. We'll leave with the Hive of the Eye Tyrant. And then we'll go into an island from there. Snarling Wolf, huh? So let's go into an island. And let's go ahead and get the Behold into Foretell. And then we have a whole lot more options for the next few turns between draw and removal and counterspell. Okay, I carried. Smack this for 1. Ooh, Shipwreck Marsh. I'll take that right now. I think I let them keep the Carried. And I counter or kill everything else that they do. I think I'm okay with this for now. End the turn. So what do we got? 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's go ahead and flunk it now. If that's the route they want to go. Deadblade. Okay. We got ourselves a little bit of Death Touch on the board. Let's see. Let's throw out more blue. I could Bloodchief Thirst this later if I wanted to. I think I want the Hermit Crab on the board and then hold up Negate and Behold the Multiverse. And we end the turn. I mean, I'm at 18. I'm okay with taking a little more damage here. If they want to swing in with this, they're probably going to use it as a protector. See, they only attack with that, so that means they want the mana. We let them smack us, obviously. And we Behold. Now that they're going to pass. Land and a Nighthawk. Land and a Nighthawk. I already have a land, so I'm going to pass on the land. Just keep the Nighthawk. Draw 2 cards. Ooh. Trickster and a Soaring Thought Thief. Let's put this out. Let's go ahead and get the Nighthawk Scavenger out. Let's go ahead and pass the turn. Holding up the Negate. And technically the Soaring Thought Thief. Destroy target artifact or enchantment with flying. This is time for Negate. No attacks, end the turn. Now if they do Ren, or if they happen to have a Ren, we have the Bloodchief Thirst for the token. No, they really wanted that dead. Okay. Okie dokie. I'm over that, so we're going to take that block. I wish I'd have blocked it earlier, then they wouldn't have been able to do that shenanigans. Another one! Let's put this out on black. We have plenty of blue. We're going to Blood Chief Thirst this stupid thing. I'm tired of it. We're going to throw out the Hermit as a 2/2 flyer. And then we're going to flash this in at the end of their turn. And then we're going to start taking their 1/1 Death Touchers. A Spirit's coming down. I like it. Big old 4/4. But that's okay. We're about to block it with a Death Touch. Do they have another fight spell? Okay. They're running low on cards, so that's fine if they have a fight spell. Oh, no. Maybe they don't. Is this an instant? That's a sorcery. That's an instant. So let's see if this lives. It does. Infernal Grasp. What a draw. I can actually do this and the Trickster. So let's go ahead and get in. Let's mill them for 2. Let's go ahead and get this Trickster in. Hit him. And I think I want a Death Touch creature. Let's see. Let's take... Yes. And the turn. We still have the Infernal Grasp, Soaring Thought Thief. That's when we're going to Infernal Grasp that now. There you go. All your little tricks over here, Mr. or Mrs. Opponent. Okay, so let's go ahead and throw the Soaring Thought Thief. Activate you. I'll attack. Let's hold back the Trickster because now they can never attack. We'll rip the... I don't know if it matters because we want almost everything in here. We'll just get that out of here. Mill them for 2 more. Get that out of here. They can't block this. They can't block this. They can block this. And now if they attack for 6, I let them through. Unnatural Growth. They have the removal, huh? There's the Rabid Bite. They're out of cards in hand. They can attack for 12. So that's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's game over. So no blocks. Good game. Good game. Doesn't matter. I'll pick you. Just doesn't matter. Mill 2 more. Got it. Ah. Hello, opponent. Dibolix. I think I was close. Let's just go with Bollocks. We have 3 lands. They're really good lands, too. I like them. Haul the Storm Giants into a swamp, into a Shipwreck Marsh, which lets us play a turn 1 Merfolk. Negate, Saw It Coming, and Flunk are the rest of the cards in our hand. Let's go ahead and get this Merfolk Wind Robber on deck. Next turn, we have a Counterspell and a removal. The removal's a little iffy because their hand's pretty full. Let's go into this here swamp. Go ahead and get in. And I'm going to end the turn. I could put this into Foretell, but next turn we can cast it naturally, and we can negate now against this stinky mono black. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tainted Adversary is coming in to our world. And we'll just take our turn. Throw the Shipwreck Marsh, swing in for 1, and the turn. Seven, all right, what? Still not enough. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Yeah, and they're going to draw a card most likely. So, really don't know what they're up to over there. Gonna get it with the old Counterspell. I don't think that was the right play at all, per se, but we're just really far behind, and I can't have them keep drawing. Just trying to, like, catch up a little. Ooh, another Merfolk Wind Robber. So let's get this out on blue. Let's throw the other Wind Robber, and let's slam into him for 1 more. Now we're keeping the clock a little more even. All kinds of fun stuff in here to grab for later. End the turn. 6-5-4-3. We can now kill the Tainted Adversary if we wanted to. Eye Twitch hits. Let's make sure we want to do that because we still have a negate. Let's go ahead and do it. Let's flunk it. Get out of here. They're going to be able to trade the Eye Twitch with one of our Wind Robbers. But it won't matter. Let's put this out on black. Let's go ahead and get in with both of them. They're not going to block either, huh? So they want to draw cards. Let's go ahead and Trickster one of them. Now if they have removal, they're going to do it right now. Nope. Okay. Really wish I had a negate going. A 1/1 pest. Draw a card, lose a life. Exile target player's graveyard. Skullport Merchant. Or Tainted Adversary. I could get a treasure token right now and hold up negate. So I think I'm going with that. Take action. And now we're not throwing this Wind Robber for sure. There's our treasure token. And we end the turn. Are they going to activate Crawling Baron? I think... Oh, it does. They didn't have enough for that. Forgot. It's been a while since I've seen that card. Hunt for specimens. So they're going to gum up our board with 1/1s. So I think unfortunately, I think I have to let that happen because if I negate that and the next turn they board wipe Blood on the Snow, we just lose everything. At least this way we can run into them. Oh, okay. I'm glad I saved it. Now, if they want to do that, I have the negate. Okay, take our turn. Put out the island. We have another Wind Robber. Let's put it out. Let's go ahead and swing in with everything. They're going to block the Trickster. I mean, they have to. Okay. Okay. So they have a Blood on the Snow. Resolves. Resolves. And the turn. So maybe they're going to cast the Pest Summoning and then try to kill it with the Necrotic Fumes. If they have to hit another land or have one in their hand. There's the other. Okay. There's the Blood on the Snow. There's the negate. Take our turn. And that is just game over, my friends. Ah, did it again. This next one. We have Jason Chen. Hello, Jason. We go first with 3 perfect lands, Island, Swamp, and a Marsh. Merfolk, Wind Robber, Soaring Thought Thief, Behold, and Trickster. This deck likes me. Let's go ahead and go Island, Wind Robber, and get it going. So we want to get the milling going as soon as possible. So in this deck, we actually throw this now. We don't wait. That way we mill 3 cards so that on turn 4, we have the most amount of choices with the Trickster. Oof, they have all the toys. Blizzard Brawls, Frostbites. Okay. And they've got a really good Werewolf. A little bit of ramp there. So we're going to throw out the Marsh here. Doesn't serve us any purpose to not put this in the Foretell. We go ahead and we swing in again. Hit him for 2 more. Mill him for 3 more total. Next turn. Yeah, unfortunately. There's nothing I could even do to not go to Knight there. Like, there was no choice. Problem is, if they attack first, now they can throw a Chariot out. Luckily, we are in the air. And I can steal their Reckless Stormseeker, I guess. We'll see what else we get. Okay, it's a Werewolf pack leader. That's not great. That's not bad. Ranger class. It's better than a Chariot, I guess. They just flipped themselves. So we have to put... Let's see. Does it matter? We have blue already. We have only 1 or 2 blacks, 2 blues, technically. Put this on black. So next turn they hit us for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And if they power this up, 8. And if they pump this, 9. And we get the Trickster, gives us the Reckless Stormseeker, and unless they can kill that, then our Nighthawk Scavenger comes out with haste. So let's go ahead and attack with everything. Oh, Toski, huh? Let's go ahead and Zareth Sunstealer. We'll choose the Wind Robber. Down to 10 for the opponent. I think I get the Reckless Stormseeker still. I like the thought of the Toski, but that just puts the I like that wasn't technically casting a card, but that puts our Nighthawk Scavenger online, and it's a 5. So in the air we've got 5, 6, and then we'll have 7, 8. We'll have more. Oh, they did the plus route. That's what we wanted to see. They'll put the token on what? They could have... So if they have Snakeskin Veil, then no blocks. Because if they have Snakeskin Veil and I block the 3/3, then we get got. I need them to not... Okay, I think we just... Yeah, we just... Do we win? I think we win. So I throw the Nighthawk Scavenger. We say... Next, we give haste to the Nighthawk Scavenger, and we attack with everything. We get pluses on... Yeah, I think that's just... Yes! Okay, Brew Crew, that's going to do it for Dimir Rogues, and if you really, really loved this archetype, or any kind of Dimir creature slash, tempo-y kind of control-y deck like this, I think you're going to have a blast playing this deck. I definitely think it's tier 2 or lower. Definitely not 1-5 or 1 by any means, but I think that if you got good enough at playing this deck and you kind of learned its ins and outs, I think you could definitely climb the ladder right now at the moment with the deck. So if this is something you like, I definitely think you should give it a try. A few changes. I think that Flunk is a flex spot. I don't know if I want to add another Infernal Grasp and another Blood Chief, 2 more Infernals. I'm going to play test with that to see if I can sustain a game while losing that much life. Thinking about playing around with Power Word Kill, because we're seeing a lot less Goldspan Dragons, since the turn decks right now don't really need the Goldspan Dragon to win by any means, and so you're seeing less copies of that. I'm thinking about trying out maybe a couple of copies of Soul Shatter, but I think that I want all my removal to cost 2. I think 3 for removal might be a bit much. So that's what I'm thinking about messing around right now with the removal spells. So Flunk is your flex spot in my opinion. Same thing over here with counter spells. Negate is kind of a flex spot for those. You can go ahead and put in Disdainful Stroke if you want. If you're seeing more problems with bigger creatures start to come at you that cost 4 more, then you're going to want that over Negate. But once again, I like where this is at the moment. But that's the flex spot there. And then over here, you can kind of like maybe go 4 Beholds or 2 Beholds and 2 Memory Deluges. So you can mess around with those. And those are the things I'm going to be doing. So definitely let me know down in the comments below if you do play the deck and test it out. What changes did you make? What's working for you? Because I do like Rogues, especially in this place. I did not enjoy playing them last season because of the fact that they were a little oppressive. And, well, I was into Standard 2022 at that point, so I wasn't playing Rogues at all. But I definitely want to know what you think. Let's go over the crafting do's and don'ts real quick. Uncommons and commons are always going to be safe. Malevolent Hermit, I feel like, is starting to see a lot of play in a lot of places, especially if you play control decks. it's a really, really good creature for a control deck. It's an odd sentence to say, but they do come around here and there. So I think this is a safe craft at the moment, in my opinion. Let's see, what else do we got for you? We have Memory Deluge. I think it's probably one of the better draw cards in the game right now, especially if your deck goes to a lot of mana. This one, you know, it's a normal amount at 24, but so we're kind of trying to put some of these into Foretell, so that's why we have the Beholds. But I think this is just an amazing card. Go ahead and craft away is my point. And then Nighthawk Scavengers, I think they're an absolute blast to play with. I would craft them just because I enjoy playing them a lot. They're only really good in best of one. Sometimes they're not even good in best of one if there's too much removal. You know, you pay 3, it does nothing when it comes down. Your opponent removes it. Now you've got nothing. So at your own, you know, risk there, but I like it. And then don't craft the Tricksters. If you don't have any Zarasan, the Tricksters, you probably should, unless you just only need one more or you have a ton of wild cards. This probably isn't good enough to craft unless you're going to commit on this deck. And then lands, as always, safe to craft in my opinion. So like I said earlier, please let us know what you think down in the comments. Do us a favor and please hit that subscribe button. It means the world to us over here in the channel. Really helps support me, gets us out to a much bigger audience. Hit that notification bell so you know whenever we have new content come out. And as always, until next time, have a blast in the arena.